So let's get started. We are about to sing the object-oriented programming in Java. Apart from this, we have done the class object inheritance, types of inheritance, polymorphisms. We can achieve the polymorphism by overloading and overriding. And yesterday we have done the encapsulation concepts. So which is related to banking domains. We did one example. So why we need encapsulation and what is use of that we have seen. Now, the next concept we are about to see that is nothing but abstractions. So we have to understood why the abstraction concept is introduced in the OPS concepts and when to use what is the use of that abstraction. So let's compare the three things together so that you can able to connect all the things that why it is needed. So I have drawn the three boxes. First one is about a class, second is an abstract class, and third one is an interface. And even I have written there is a percentage like 100%, 50%, and 0%. Means while doing coding, it isn't up to us that which things should be used at this situation. Means when we go for the class, when we go for the abstract class, and when to use the interface. Because all the things are at the same time, it is not possible to use. So based on the situation, which thing is suitable, and based on that we have to make a choice. Yeah, this is a situation where we need to use a class. Here is a situation where it's for the abstract class, and this is a situation where you go for the abstraction, oh sorry, interface. So as based on percentage you can able to connect that when we know or we sure about the functions, then we go for the class. Means there are many function you are writing within a class. So whenever you are 100% sure that this function will return this content only, because whenever you decide using a class and within that class are writing a functions, so every function need its function body. You can't keep the function empty. That means that when you're writing a function, you're 100% sure after calling this function, this thing only get executed. Okay. So whenever you're 100% sure about the classes, eh, recording चालू है क्या? अभी हाल फिलहाल So whenever you're 100% sure about the class functions, so then go for the class concepts. Okay. But sometime, one second. Hello? हेलो हाँ हाँ बोल हाँ ते दूध पी दिखाई नाही चालेल ना लेक्चर चालू आहे माझा so when they go for the class, when you know about the function is going to return, but there are some situation where we don't sure about the what function it should return. Okay, what output should be printed by this functions. For example, when you are going in a car showroom, so the basic information about the car it will tell. I mean, there are some function about if you assume that wide info I'm writing, car info. So that salesperson tell about the informations. So that means he know the half of the knowledge. But you ask for that salesperson that how the engine works. So then he not sure about that functionality of the engine. Wide, if you ask about how engine works, then he's not sure how the engine works. So at that times, he there may be some situation or there may be some solution. We can keep that function without a body, wide engine. because as of we don't know about the engine how it is works. So but there may be a someone who know about the engineer, means an engineer know about the engine. So let's handle this function by that engineer. As of now I will just define the empty function over here. So there may be a some kind of situation where we need to define the empty function. Okay. So defining an empty function without a function body, the abstract class is used. So why we need an abstract class? In abstract class, we can write a function with body also and without body also. Okay. So writing such a functions, we need to define that function as an abstract and as well as the class should be as an abstract class. The definition of abstract class is knowing the basic details and hiding implementation details. So that is the concept of abstraction. So we are knowing the basic details. That is some kind of engine is there, but implementation detail we don't know. So whichever the class know about this implementation detail, that going to inherit this class and it automatically implement that unimplemented functions. Okay, you're getting something. So when you are using a class, we are 100% sure if you call this function, this code will be executed. But there are some situation we know the half of the information and we don't know half. But we want to define that functions without body. And in within a simple class, you can't return the function without body. So writing a function without a body, the abstract classes get used. Okay. So now let's see it practically how to implement this abstract class, and we'll take one practical example also. So let's quickly open our editor. So we already have the editor as Eclipse. So let's open our project. This project name is school. Here we have a school. Go here and oops package. What will do? I will create one simple abstract class. It's a simple class. So let me take an AB RST. Them. It's a simple class. Okay. If I keep this simple class, suppose that I have writing a function here, info. Let me write here C info. That means a car info. Okay. Let me see that it is not possible for me to keep that info function empty or without body. It's saying that write in function body, add body. Okay. You can't keep this function without body. If you don't know, don't write it. But if you want to write the function without body, then it's showing some information. Change that function to the abstract. Okay. Means someone may be there who know about this information. But abstract class allow both the things. You can write function with the body as well as function without body. So like you can write this is info. This is how info or whatever I can write. HALS. There may be some kind of engine related functionality, but we don't have that engine related functionality. So we want to keep that information empty. But it is not possible with a simple class. That's why we'll define this class as an abstract class. Okay. And even that function also we make as an abstract. Okay. So the things which is not possible with the simple class, but with the help of abstract class, we can write the function without the function body. But now the question remains, if we don't know about the things, then why we are writing? Okay. But there may be a someone who know about this engine class. Who know about the engine class? The engineer maybe know about the engineer class. So I'll write here engineer class, ENGR. Okay. Engineer class. and I will extend this class txtends extends which class? Subtractable. Now if you observe this, in general whenever we are extending, s- at that time there is a no compulsion for the child class to override any methods. But now as I extended this class, so we are getting one errors, and which is saying that in there is an abstract class, there is an unimplemented method is there. So whenever you want to implement the abstract class, you should know about the engine body, okay, how engine works or anything, because half of the information is already have, but half information you don't have. So if you comment this thing, so it not get any errors, because info function directly it is accessible. But if there is a function without a body, then for the class whichever extending this parents, he must implement this unimplemented body or without body function. So you can just go to there and click on this add unimplemented methods. Now you can write the content. So in this way we can you make a use of abstract class, because while declaring here we don't know about the engine. Someone there who know about the engine who is going to extend that. After extending, he compulsory write the information related to engine class. So now I will write here cures. This is 12,000 cc engines, whatever. Okay. And in general, we can't create the object of abstract class. Okay. We want to access the C info and the engine class. We have to create the object of engineer class. Means it is a simple the concept of class object and inheritance only difference is that sometimes we don't know about the body, we just know about the function name. But simple class won't allow you to write a simple for body without the body functions. For that purpose we need an abstract keywords or abstract class which allow us to write a function without the body, and such a function should be get implemented whichever the class is extending abstract class. In a similar manner, we have created one class. We have some function with body also, and we have some function without body also. And whenever you're extending that class, so without body function must be get implemented. So this and rest of things as usual. Create some main class. So let me write as a main class as a car, and within this car. And one more thing, we can't, it is not possible to create the object of abstract class. Okay. So whichever the class is an abstract, we can't create the object of abstract class. If you try to create the abstract class objects, it won't allow. Why it is not allowing to create an abstract class methods? Because there are some method which may don't have its body. Right? Abstract class contain may abstract methods. So if I using this object, if I try to call the engines, but the engine don't have the body, na? So such a function or such a problem may be occur. So that is the reason why the abstract class is not going to allow to call a function or creating objects. So now which object should we create? We have to create the object of the class which is extending abstract class. A is equal to new engine. And now with the help of this object, I can call the info function also as well as engine function also. So it is very simple concepts. We have to understood it practically. So now you're getting, we are able to call abstract method as well as with body method and without body method. So in this way, the abstraction is done. So abstraction is a concept whenever we know the half of the knowledge and we don't know the half knowledge. So that's why I've written the 50% here. Some information we know very well and some information you don't know. So for writing a function name only without a body, use the abstract class. So abstract class allow us to define the abstract method, that is without body method. So you can if you write some more abstract method here, like an abstract abstr abstract. One more method I'm to write. Suppose wide. We don't know about a price. Let's say that pric. You can write. Yeah. As soon as you're creating an abstract class, so it automatically get errors because it method one more containing it one more method which don't have the body. So whichever the class extending this method, he need to write the price function as well. Okay. So in that situation, whenever we don't know about the surely, so we try to prevent the body because we don't know as of now. But maybe we someone who know about this price and all that things. Then whichever the class extending, we can override that price class. So you can simply write here add implemented methods, or else you can go here wide price and this. So any price it may be. Suppose let me write $120,000. Right. And I can call here functions e dot price as well. Okay. So this is a concept of abstract class. It's very simple things. But understand the situation when to use an abstract class and when to use a simple class. Go for a simple class when you are 100% sure this function, after calling this function, this thing will only get used. And when to use an abstract class when half of the knowledge you have and some kind of function you want to declare but without the body. So at that time, go for an abstract class. Simple. Okay.